As an actor, it's very interesting to make the audience love you while you are doing horrendous things. As beautiful as cinema is, it's a massive part of the problem of why we look at ourselves in the way we do. If I can make my mark just a little bit, then great. For me, I really appreciate seeing real bodies on screen. That variation, not the same frames we saw for the majority of our upbringing, making us feel like we have to look that way. I'm a bit of a gypsy. I live everywhere. I live out of a bag. I don't think I'm going to be an international sex symbol. I mean, I know I'm not going to be an international sex symbol. My dad still collects newspaper clippings about me. With Lady Macbeth, I had 2 other things offered to me, and they would have also been very fun, but you just have to figure that out, and then you do it. During the Me Too breakthrough, I was hanging out with Emma Thompson and Emily Watson, 2 people I've looked up to my entire life. Talking to those women was so empowering. The women I'm attracted to playing, I hope, will mean something to someone. For me, it's always been so obvious that the less we can edit our lives and more we show how normal we all are, the better. What I've noticed about Hollywood is, if you go out there shouting about who you are, they will love you for it. But if you go out not knowing what it is that you're representing, and you are just a canvas, they will make you into the thing they need you to be. I played Mary at the age of 7 in my first nativity play, and I loved it. There is something so fascinating about embodying someone else. There's always going to be pressure, and there's always going to be an area where you disappoint. As a storyteller, you have to understand that. I grew up in a very loud family where you had to fight to get your voice heard in a good way. If people are noticing the hard work I'm doing, then that's a wonderful thing. I like a role where some of the characters' motivations are confusing or at least interesting. We tend to kind of write women out of history. It's always shocking when you see a modern woman in a period storyline. It doesn't make sense. I think it's so interesting which ways your career can go. I would have been a completely different actor doing a completely different story, and I would have missed Lady Macbeth. I am learning on every job I do. There is something new every time. I have learned how to wrestle. You end up battered and blue but so happy. The one thing that I always try and take with me, if there's like a remake or you're doing something again, is that every generation has a new story to tell. The whole wrestling art, it's a whole form, is performance. And that's what makes it so exciting to do. That for me actually is the most important thing about doing a period film, is trying to make these people as lovable as they are back then. I think you're always attracted by characters that are a little bit like you, or at least the worst parts of you, that you can finally accept and say, all right, at least I know that now. You are hugely responsible for people following you. You need to work out why you are posting, what the message is, and what you are doing to these people. I think it's good to not edit your life too much, or you give people different standards. I don't want to feel like I have to change myself or my image. Lady Macbeth is a great opportunity for me to prove that maybe the outcome of the falling was not necessarily a fluke. I can definitely hold my hands up and say wrestling wasn't something that I grew up watching. I hope to create characters that people want to watch, and they either want to be or are, or it's something that they recognize. Why aren't there these epic roles for women for whatever age you are? What's important is to listen before you react. I love all of Kate Winslet's characters and Natalie Portman. If I can have a smidgen of what they've done, that would be awesome. I really take my hat off to anybody that steps in the ring, because it's so hard. You're competing against your friends, and you're working in front of an audience who tells you exactly what they're thinking. Throughout my life, I've been that annoying kid on every stage at school, in every talent contest. Girls have that wonderful thing where they try to throw each other off, not wanting to appear too eager. I've been told to be skinny before it's already happened, but it's up to you to either listen or say no, I'm not listening. I think everyone's always interested in playing a spy, right? That's something we grow up admiring. which is so strange, but it's just a very clever and quick world that we all want to be a part of. Someone asked if I wanted to be the first female Bond, and I was saying that I don't think we necessarily need that whole conversation. Do we need to have a female Bond? Couldn't we just make something new? When I look for roles, I am looking for incredibly powerful women. I always hate it when I see the wrong person in massive roles. So for me, my biggest fear would be accepting a role I thought I wouldn't find. The rhythm of what audiences love with series is that they can invest in characters for such a long period of time. And it's the same for actors. You can truly tell your story, then it's done. When you're given a platform and you're allowed to perform, and someone's there to heighten you as opposed to dampen you, that's a nice feeling. Everybody's story of getting into the industry is just as difficult as the next person. Whether you come from money or no money, it's not easy. You have to offer yourself. You can't expect someone to get you. Florence Pugh, born January 3, 1996, in Oxford to dancer Deborah and restaurateur Clinton Pugh. She has 3 siblings, actor and musician Toby Sebastian, actress Arabella Gibbons, and Rafaela Rafi Pugh. She suffered from tracheomalacia as a child, which led to frequent hospitalizations. The family relocated to Manilva in Spain when Florence was 3 years old, hoping the warmer weather would improve her health. They lived there until she was 6, when they moved back to Oxford. Florence Pugh is an English actress. She made her acting debut in 2014 in the drama film The Falling. Florence gained recognition in 2016 for her leading role as a young bride in the independent drama Lady Macbeth, winning a British Independent Film Award, and drew praise for starring in the miniseries The Little Drummer Girl opening parenthesis 2018 closing parenthesis ... At 6 years old, Florence played Mary in a school nativity play, for which she spoke in a Yorkshire accent. She was privately educated at Wychwood School and St Edward's School, Oxford, but disliked how the schools did not support her acting ambitions. Pugh's international breakthrough came in 2019 with her portrayals of professional wrestler Paige in the biographical sports film Fighting with My Family, a despondent American woman in the horror film Midsommar, and Amy March in the period drama Little Women. For the last of these, she received nominations for an Academy Award and a BAFTA Award. Florence was awarded the Trophy Chopard at the 2019 Cannes Film Festival. She has played Yelena Belova in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, beginning with Black Widow 2021. The next year, she starred in the thriller Don't Worry Darling and drama The Wonder, and voiced Goldilocks in the animated film Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Florence also portrayed Jean Tatlock in Christopher Nolan's biographical film Oppenheimer 2003, her highest-grossing release, and Princess Irulan in Denis Villeneuve's Dune, Part 2 2004.